Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your humble host, Revo, and welcome back to another day in the revolution. Today, once again, I'm here with my good friend Ninten. Morning, Ninten. How are you?
Morning.
And today we are back with more The Great Ace Attorney. Last time we started from the Be Continued part, and got up to and stuff happened. And Nintendo actually went and did his did see how long it was before the be continued of this part right here. 16 minutes, by the way. So yeah, we're gonna be going to the be continued part. No, we are not stopping. And then we're gonna go hopefully get up to the next be continued part. So with these being about roughly about 2.5 hours each, I'm expecting to go for about 3 hours, give or take. So, but we'll see. Anyways, you ready, my friend D?
Yes, and also, can you screen share this thing?
Huh? Oh,
Can
right.
you screen the
I can't
mainly
remember.
because I played a little bit this morning and I made a small mistake. It's not major.
You made a mistake.
When I went through the game a bit today, and I was like, okay, and then the game gave me a choice. I'm like, okay, I gotta save. I'm gonna save, and I accidentally saved over power
Oh!
using. I didn't. I didn't. I will say I did not progress any farther than that. That's all I gotta say. As soon as I saved over it, I was like, I just stopped there.
You were doing something just to be sure you knew what we were doing, and then you went and said that fuck this, I'm out.
I meant to save. Yeah, I meant to save over the one that I just do when we're not playing.
Oh, that is
So I
terrible.
was just like, I was like, oh no.
So, well,
So I'm just
anyways,
gonna look at your screen share until then.
let's continue.
Okay.
Well, it would seem this confession completely destroys the defense case. Wait, what was it?
Good thing we good thing we decided to screen share now. That was this thing. That would have
Um,
been weird.
and then I went and instructed to the park, armed with the inspector's identification book.
Hmm?
It never occurred to me the bruise on my neck would give me a. Okay, it's only been a couple days and I forgot. Why does this, I guess we'll find out. Explain yourself, Prosecutor Sogi. My learned friend's assertion it was as follows. The victim was killed at another location on the day before the corpse was discovered, at the hands of these two Redhead League men, when they imprisoned the inspector. But, but no, that can't be. That's funny. After all, it wasn't the inspector who went to the park that day, it was me. The goodness. Oh, goodness.
Like, am I gonna talk yet?
Wait, what?
No, like, am I gonna voice someone yet at all? I'm just like, okay. But yeah, finally, we have clarity. He had nothing to do with the murder of this inspector. And merci, Monsieur de la Defense, for proving it. What? Ah!
Order. Order. Order! Indeed, it would appear that we have reached the de facto conclusion of sorts. These witnesses had no involvement in the murder of the victim, as proven somewhat ironically by the defense. I hereby call the end to the cross-examination.
Hold it!
Oh, hello, Asogi. What's up? Pardon me, my lord, but with your permission, I would like to pose one further question to the witness. What question, counsel? It concerns the events of 10 years ago. I believe you would have been present at the very significant execution that was carried out at the time? 10 years ago?
Execution Professor Genshin Asogi.
I want to know exactly what your involvement was. Oh! Answer me, Mon! One moment, counsel. Is this related to the current case? No. Naturally. If you say so, Asogi. The prosecutor's belief is that this case and the event of 10 years ago are inextricably linked. Does the defense concur, counsel?
You're not yourself. You're not as calm and collected as usual.
Poor Kazuma-sama. No wonder he's acting this way. Mr. Virgil's memories of what happened 10 years ago could tell the tale of Genshin Asogi's last moments, his own father.
I know, I do understand that. But even so... Prosecutor Asogi. Do you genuinely believe that this question requires an answer in order to learn the truth behind Inspector Gregson's death?
I need you to trust me, please.
Very well. Then the defense has no objection.
I see. In that case, you will answer the question, witness. The truth is, I remember very little of that time. You've forgotten? Or more like he doesn't want to remember, and he does know. I'm sorry to say.
That must feel like a very traumatic experience, and sometimes when something really traumatic happens, some people just have it deep within their mind and don't even realize it.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I was just getting annoyed to see my headphones practically almost wanting to choke me, and so I had to switch all that around with my cord. Anyways, I'm sorry to say, yes. As I said, I resigned from my role at the prison 10 years ago. But for some particular reason, my memory of the events leading up to the moment is extremely hazy. Does that not strike you as strange, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry?
Well, 10 years is a long time. But to have forgotten the reason why he left such an important job...
Yes, you're right. And not only that, Visual's claim contradicts what we already know.
The human spirit is a fragile thing. It's broken all too easily. Which is why we have a tendency to wrap it up for protection. Sorry? The human spirit? I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean. When we experience pain and suffering that we feel unbearable to bear, we block it out, obliterate it from our memories. Obliviate. Seal it away. But it never truly leaves us. If the seal is broken, the memories resurface, and then we break your spirit. And when they do, that fragile spirit may finally be crushed. But I really don't... Kazuma-sama. But if it must be crushed, then so be it. Because the truth will not stay buried. It's coming out, one way or another. So what, are you gonna dive into his mind and use your blade to cut his brain free?
Right. Now I understand. Hear what his intentions are. He needs to expose the truth at any cost. Perhaps if I pointed out the contradiction in what Mr. Vigil claimed earlier. He might cause some crucial memories to return to him. But did I? Did I present the evidence or not? Okay, hold up.
Well, I'm saving right now, so...
Yeah, because this is where I paused for that. Or saved that.
Ah. Okay, well, well, it's obviously gonna be, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, even if he said don't, even if he didn't, it just roll right back around to doing it anyway.
What, did you just try just for the hell of it?
Yeah, I did it. Because why not? And it just went right back around to just using evidence. I have no idea how this is going to go, but this is a court of law, and I have a duty to pursue the truth. Mr. Vigil, I like you to look at this. Evidence that clearly contradicts your version of events.
Okay, I don't know why I saved there. I should be, could have saved it here.
Okay.
Alright, Jump is the right button.
I mean, it's obviously the dismissal notice because he didn't leave of his own volition. He was.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the dismissal notice. Alright. Dismissal notice. Object that. Object that.
Just a few moments ago, you made the following statement. I resigned from my role at the prison 10 years ago.
Ah, well, yes.
In other words, you claim to have left the post of chief warder of your own volition.
Well, yes, of course. Why?
So, do you remember seeing this document before?
No, I don't.
This is a dismissal notice oriented at immediate termination of a prison staff member's employment.
A dismissal notice?
And the name on the notice is yours, Mr. Vigil.
What? What? It's mine. I still love how he's trying to pound the table, but turns into a slap and he hurts himself every time. I find that absolutely hilarious. So you didn't resign from the prison service at all? For some reason, you were dismissed as the chief warder from Barclay. No, there's been some mistake. I'm sure. I'm sure I tendered my resignation. This dismissal notice is nonsense. Isn't it? If you were forcibly dismissed, there must have been a good reason. Clearly, you did something. Mr. Vigil, it's time to break the seal you have to remember. According to a few remaining records, the final execution that you supervised was on 17th of June, 10 years ago. And on that day, something very serious took place at Barclay Prison. The 17th of June.
Was that the professor's execution?
Professor, as you were the chief warden at the time, it stands to reason that you would have been present throughout the proceedings. It does sound familiar. I don't like where this is going, the way that he's just whirling around. Because anytime we see anyone do that, and then he becomes a madman. And yet, the execution never took place. But his father did die. Oh, right. Because, no, his father didn't die. Oh, okay, yeah. The convict, ordinarily executed earlier that day, later re-emerged from his grave. Forgot about that. The convict came back to life?
In a cemetery in the middle of the night, there was a witness.
However, the witness claims that a moment after he saw the convict clambering out of his grave, a gunshot rang out from over his shoulder, and the bullet pierced the professor's chest, killing him instantly. Do we know who shot the professor?
I don't think.
Well, I want to see if there's enough light outside so I can turn my regular light off as soon as I can find my remote. Okay, we're good. I don't really like having my actual light on in my room if I can help it. Those may have been the professor's actual last moments. Yes. Yes. Seeing as you were in charge of overseeing the execution at the time, you must know the truth of what really happened. It's in your head, somewhere deep down.
You gotta do some soul searching.
Yep. Well, Chief Warner Daily Vigil, would it be ex-Chief Warner?
Yeah, I was gonna say, or a former.
That too. I know there are memories in your head that can explain what happened on the 17th of June 10 years ago. And now it's time for you to drag them up!
Mr. Vigil?
Hold on, who the hell's texting me? Okay, just my manager. Okay, nothing to worry about. Nothing I need to worry. Yes, the whole prison. It was complete chaos. The prisoner escaped. He was killed in the cemetery. The shocking news ripped through Barclay like a hurricane. He's out of it.
was weird. No, I had the sound on for this creature. I heard the freaking gavel sound like 2 times.
You want to read the Ryunosuke thing?
Okay. What? What?
Order.
Yeah, I was just the volume, so I didn't see that.
Order. 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 Do you mean to say, Mr. Vigil, that your memory of the time has returned? My head, it's... By the way, did you see his eyes? They were vacant. Yeah, see, look, they're still vacant. It's like some floodgates have opened. The images, the screams. Oh, my goodness. The papers. There were reports, articles about a man who's seen a ghost.
Yes, and on Trevor.
But surely those reports were exaggerated. There were traces at the scene. Traces of what? In Logate Cemetery, a plot number 139. Blood. Lots of blood. That's where the man was buried, of course. Obviously, something terrible had happened there. The depths of the conspiracy and depravity from which this tale is emerging is quite staggering. I've reviewed the police records from the time extensively. Although the investigation conducted by Scotland Yard to assure how the convict managed to escape in the first place. And the conclusion reached by the investigation team was that a member of the prison staff must have been involved. Makes sense, because how else could a convict escape the prison? And let me guess, because Vigil was the one that was overseeing the execution. Either there's evidence against him, or because he was the person overseeing it, that he's the one that helped the professor to escape. Are you suggesting that the prison warder abated the man's bid for freedom? Yes, and I was suspect of doing it. Of using that mass murder's execution as a way to help him escape.
What?
Actually, he's saying that he was suspected. He never said he did it. I remember now. The horror of it coming back to me. One evening, a few days after the execution, some detectives came to the prison. I was called to the governor's office at the top of the watchtower. Oh my god, he's making me dizzy.
This is a serious business, but I cannot help you know. As chief warder, you're responsible for overseeing the execution for it. Well, it seems the fellows at Scotland Yard want to have a few wee words with you about it. Better pack your things, laddie. You attend in person.
As soon as he told me that, my mind just went completely blank. And the next thing I knew, the professor... Oh, that's pretty sure you.
Okay, cool.
Oh, and I let him
Oh no,
escape. I'm finished. My life is over. Oh. Yeah, I'm not doing it. And he jumped out the window. Okay, let's go back real quick. I thought, because it was in blue, I thought it was Ryunosuke. The professor, the most hated criminal in our country. And I let him escape. I'm finished. My life is over.
And then the scream.
Order! Order! Bailiff! Fetch the doctor at once! The court is adjourned for today with immediate effect. Oh. Okay,
With Mr. Vigil's collapse, proceedings came to an abrupt end for the day. Once again overshadowed by the legacy of that notorious killer, appearing like a cursed ghost ship on a foggy ocean. Lord Van Zeeks, Mr. Vigil, Kazuma, and Gregson. All of them bound by invisible chains anchored to the same wreckage in the murky depths of the past. But the miraculous light that had been trying to cut through the gloom and shine on those tragic events was playing on the edges of the truth at last.
okay, well, here's the be continued part. I'm gonna say, if that said end or finished, I would have been actually pissed right there. If that went into the next case.
It wasn't too short.
Well, we're not just going through this, so.
Yeah, I'm just talking about if that was the end of this one, that would have been a short one.
Yeah. Alright, well, second investigation. Now this might change on how how we end things. Just depending on how quickly this investigation goes before the trial. But with it being 3:38, which I know doesn't mean much, we'll see what happens.
Still can't quite believe what just happened.
I know. And I inquired with the bailiff after the court session was adjourned. And it seemed Mr. Vigil was taken to the hospital to recover.
Right. Years ago now, Mr. Vigil attempted to commit suicide by jumping out of the window of the prison governor's office. But ever since then, he completely blocked the memory of those events from his mind. Nobody knew his secrets, not his family, not even the man himself. But I forced that out into the open. Was it wrong of me to do that? Did I overstep the mark, I wonder?
Well, who knows? Hold on, I want to look at them real quick. Okay. Bruno!
Oh, Iris.
You were miles away. Anyways, I've brewed a fresh pot of smoothing tea for you.
Oh, thank you.
You and Susie have an exhausting day so far, haven't you? Oh. Thank you, Iris. How very thoughtful of you.
I'm gonna know where Mr. Jones is. When we came out of the courtroom back into the defendant's antechamber, he disappeared.
Oh? No, I don't know. He just suddenly sprang to his feet and left. And all he said was, "I must leave." I wonder if he's pursuing the mystery of Inspector Grayson's death. Well, you know what Hurley always saying, don't you? There are mysteries in the world that should be, perhaps, never be solved. Or construction of a solution only comes at the expense of the destruction of something else.
What does that mean?
He knows very well when you open someone else's old wounds, you often open your own too. But he just can't take his own advice and leave well alone. Solving mysteries is too important to him.
So true.
Oh yeah. But that's what I like about Hurley after all.
That's a lot of a great detective in some ways.
So then, let's have a tea and I'll give you a hand.
Oh, do you have time, Iris?
Yes, I finished this month's manuscript at last, with barely a day to spare before the deadline. Oh, I'm looking so forward to it. A brand new story to read in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. You know, I always hide Hurley's violin in the days before I have a deadline.
You do? Poor Mr. Jones.
I'm sure it was very wise, Iris. How sensible of you. Now then, dear fellows, let's make a plan of action before we continue our investigation. Alright, first things first, as always. Is this still checked out? Yes, it is. Okay. Alright, this morning's trial. So, how did it go in court this morning?
Well, we still don't know the truth about what really happened. But one thing's increasingly clear. Van Ziek definitely didn't do it.
Oh, goody! Yes, that's right. We managed to uncover several facts as well. Oh, really?
And there was another development too. Cosmo.
Sorry about that. Okay. Yes, it's quite clear now that Kazuma-sama is not himself. The way he's acting, it's almost as if he's possessed.
I know. I mean, at the end of the proceeding earlier, he was like a bloodhound, the way he was chasing down Mr. Mitchell's forgotten past. He's not normally so persistent. What's going on in his head, I wonder? We really need to sit down with Kazuma and try to understand what he's going through.
The Reaper's innocent.
Gregson was really murdered the day before his body was discovered. It looks like he has to be innocent, you see.
What? The day before? You were in the courtroom, weren't you, Iris? Well, that should be easy enough to work out by examining the corpse, surely. Yes, you would expect so, but curiously, no time of death was included in the autopsy report. That's curious. Was Iris not? I thought Iris was in the courtroom with Sholmes.
Didn't he just say he was trying to make it something for a deadline?
Oh, right. Because I thought she was there because she said that Holmes just went and stood up and left, saying he had to go before the proceedings was done. I don't know anymore. That is curious.
There are still unanswered questions about Lord Von Zeke, though, aren't there?
Ah, you do mean...
I mean, what was he doing there on Fresno Street that day in the first place?
Well, according to the man's testimony, he said that he was investigating Inspector Grayson, didn't he?
Turns out that little room was actually the inspector's secret office.
Oh, that sounds like it has all the makings of wonderful devilish plot.
But then why was that notice board in there covering all those particular papers? Papers about cases with papers about cases with a link to the Reaper. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about all this.
No, I've been having a bad feeling for a while now, so... Oh dear, that sounds more something horribly devilish. We must start looking into Inspector Grayson's movements of late. Alright, Grayson's movements.
Never imagined I might have to be investigating an inspector's movements.
Well, according to the entry in his diary, he was carrying out an incognito investigation to the Red-Headed League on the day before his death. Oh, you mean he was doing the same as Hurley?
Well, Mr. Jones was trying to apply, whereas the inspector was supposed to be investigating.
But here's the thing. He was probably applying to join just so he could have he was applying to do investigating inside instead of sneaking around. At least that's what I think. I do wish he'd been the other way around.
Anyway, as it turns out, the inspector who went to investigate the Red-Headed League that day wasn't actually Gregson at all. It was Mr. Vigil in the possession of Gregson's identification.
You know what that sounds like to me? Establishing an alibi. Oh my. Yes, you're absolutely right, Iris.
But why would Gregson need an alibi?
It would appear that the inspector had something to do he wished to keep secret. I don't believe it. I always thought he was just a harmless lover of fish and chips.
I mean, there's that.
Yeah.
But perhaps they were using something a little more potent than salt and vinegar.
I think perhaps we should try to move away from food analogies. Yeah.
Well, anyway, if Lord Von Zeke felt the need to investigate Gregson.
Yes, I agree. We must find out what he knows. Okay, and Mr. Vigil's condition. Vigil, you say? Isn't that the name of the lady who came to visit Hurley yesterday? That's right. To ask Mr. Sholmes if he would help her find her missing husband.
Wait, Mr. Jones completely passed the book to us. Actually, didn't you say that Mr. Vigil had been taken to a hospital? You know which one?
Yeah, give me a second. Let me go through my book of infinite knowledge. Ah, it's Saint Sinners. Or Signers?
Starting to wonder if all the other hospitals in London have closed down.
But that's amazing, Runo. You found the lady's husband already.
Well, I suppose I have. By accident.
And 10 years ago, while Mr. Vigil was the chief warder at the prison, he was responsible for overseeing the professor's incarceration. No!
When the convict escaped, he was held responsible and immediately dismissed.
Sometimes I really don't want to grow up. It's a curse, trust me.
There's more. 10 years after that, while he was ostensibly working as a peddler, he also had another secret job. He was paid by Gregson to be his stand-in to impersonate the inspector.
To impersonate Gretzky? But why?
I absolutely no idea.
Ginny was right. I'm starting to think all adults are up to no good now. Including
Yeah,
you,
wouldn't they all?
know? Wait, why
What do we
us?
do? What do we do?
Right?
I haven't paid anyone to impersonate me.
That means he has ties to the professor and to Inspector Grayson, though. So I do think we ought to pay a visit to Mr. Vigil, don't you?
I actually think I don't know if it's signers or something. I'm just gonna say signers because I don't know. Signers then.
No, that'd be
But it could be.
Sinners.
I feel like I don't know. Wording in this game is weird sometimes.
Wording in general is weird sometimes.
Well, especially back then. I mean, granted, they're in Britain and flying is different.
I do want to check something real quick. Okay, yeah, no, that would be Sinners. Signers is Signers.
I don't know. They're being weird spellings in general. But,
Yes, there is. Well, I think it's clear what we need to do, isn't it? Let us investigate, my dear fellows. Oh, Iris, you're even more enthusiastic than usual today. If anyone's got anything to hide, my special Wilson shooting iron will set them straight.
that water pistol?
It's the nip stuffed fuel of piping hot extra special bend of mine. I'm quite sure it will be very efficient.
You better be careful not to hide anything. Well, it's a little strange that Mr. Jones is nowhere to be seen, but still, let's go see what we can find out.
Yes. Yes. Alright. So where do we want to move first?
Oh dang, we can't even go to some of these.
Yup, let's just start. Let's just go. Oh. Okay. Let's first go to the Lord Chief Justice office, then just go down the list. Because it does say, do you know, I believe we haven't visited this in some time. So, to the Chief Justice. Oh, hey Kazuma. No arguments, Professor Soki. You will continue with the trial exactly as I instructed. Is that clear? Perfectly. It's Kazuma-sama.
It's funny with Strongheart, by the sound of it, never did know when to back down.
On your way now, Soki. My lord. Kazuma, wait!
Kazuma. Left without saying a word.
Now, who is... Okay. Yes, what are you doing here?
Oh, well, I was just hoping to ask you a few questions if you wouldn't mind.
I wanted Von Zieg's trial to conclude it today. But Prosecutor Sogi's unwelcome inquiries are going to make it longer than necessary.
Inquiries?
As a result, I'm losing even more precious time. Currently 2 hours, 55 minutes, and 41 seconds. 42, 43...
4, 45.
I was wondering if you were going to do that. Then we must resolve everything before 3 hours have passed, Mr. Naruhodo. That's going to be I don't know.
No. In a miraculous, not even 5 minutes. Anyway, it was the man's obvious bad mood put me off. I need information.
Alright. The Reaper.
Dang, not a lot. Does Prosecutor Sogi believe that Lord Von Zieks is the Reaper?
I wouldn't know. It was 10 years ago, in the fateful close trial, that Lord Von Zieks made a name for himself among the judiciary. But the next trial he fought, he lost. It meant for the ringleader of a criminal organization was acquitted, thanks to all the jurors being under duress.
But that's awful.
The man's freedom was short-lived. He lasted just 3 days. Yes, let me see. He died in a rock slide at his place of work, I believe. Correct. That was an intriguing... In what? Inauguration
Inauguration, I think.
Inauguration of the Reaper of the Bailey.
Do you believe Lord Von Zeke was responsible?
He was brought to the trial himself, but it was shown it had to been an accident.
So he must have had a solid alibi then.
Nevertheless, the mysterious deaths continued. In total, 16 persons. Okay. 16 persons perished in unusual circumstances, understandably at the hands of the Reaper. That's a long run of coincidences.
Coincidence? I think not.
But I don't see Von Zieks doing that on purpose. It must be somebody else that's doing it. Well, the Reaper's true identity may well be revealed by this trial. And the impact of the revelation would have on the British public cannot be understated. Well, we don't hide from the truth. So your little public the revelations on the public,
I don't care.
Is that why it's a closed trial?
precisely. The closed trial. This country hasn't seen a closed trial in 10 years.
The last one was Professor trial of Genshin Asogi.
Correct.
Actually, we heard that originally. You're going to prosecute the trial yourself. That's not hard.
Von Zieks entertained me to relinquish the prosecution to him, that he might avenge his brother's death. And here we are, 10 years later, with the son of the man Von Zieks had condemned now, looking to avenge his father's death in the same way.
You do say that what goes around comes around.
However, it would seem that the new young prosecutor is harboring some ulterior motive as well. Yeah, we have that feeling already, though.
What is?
I like my organizations to run smoothly in the exact manner that I prescribe. As with the giant clock in here, I will not tolerate a single cog being out of step with the others.
That's what all these gears are about in here.
Well, you are also in what I'm guessing is maybe Big Ben? Depending on if Big Ben was made back then. If the young man refuses to mesh with other parts of my great machine, I will be forced to take steps.
What do you mean?
Not something with which you need to concern yourself. In any case, all your questions will be answered tomorrow. Now, I shall have to ask you to excuse me. As for this moment, I've been delayed for attending my next meeting by precisely 3 hours. Wait, that really only took 5 minutes in game time? I don't believe that for why am I... Okay. Oh my, that is a long time. and I hold you entirely responsible. Why are we responsible? You're already 2 hours and 55 minutes late before we started talking.
Oh, no, we managed to fit everything into not even 5 minutes. I wonder if you might agree to watch talking with Prosecutor Sogi.
Discussions between the defense and the prosecutions outside the courtroom is greatly frowned upon. However, I will make an exception in this case. Now go. You can find him in his office.
Oh, thank you.
Yet,
He was probably like, go. You're just gonna keep asking me if I refused anyway.
yeah. And then on top of that, we talked to Von Zeeks outside of the court. These rules
but
make
did he
no
know that?
sense. Who knows?
Yeah, but did Drunkard know that though? That's the thing.
Who the fuck knows anymore? Let's go see him at once, Mr. Naruhodo.
Kazuma's my best friend in the world, but I'm really not all that sure I know how to talk to him at the moment.
Yeah, not surprising. Alright. Well, we can't go to the Gatewater. We can't go to the prison's office. Let's go to the prison. And there's Von Zeeks reading a book. Lord Von Zeeks is reading. Look. He doesn't. It seems like he wants visitors, does he? Oh, that's normal. That is so normal.
He must have noticed that we're here shortly. Maybe if you talk bad of him, he'll notice,
Right.
like he did last time.
Oh, never mind. What do you Nepenthes want?
Hey, not all of us here are Japanese. You got Iris.
Right.
I would agree with the Lord who's trying his hardest to prove your innocence, is it?
Perhaps not. I apologize. So, what can I do for you, Mr. Naruhodo? Lord Von Zeeks, speaking earnestly. Oh, the fog will lift over London for the first time in months tomorrow.
This does feel very, very strange.
I must say, I was impressed.
Oh, well, thank you. Not you. Oh,
Not by you, by your fellow Nepenthes, your prosecutor friend.
oh, I see, yeah. I mean, he already knows how Naruhodo does things,
Right.
I guess, in a way.
So, and this,
And
is technically the
since
debut
Cosmo
for
never was a
Cosmo.
prosecutor. Cosmo was not really a prosecutor, and this is his first time being a prosecutor.
Yeah, and it's his first. So, yeah, I would be impressed too for someone who mainly studied to be a defense attorney, not a prosecution.
I mean, I guess it makes it a little easier considering that since he already was studying law, he roughly knows what to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It's sardonic, don't you think? For a man such as me, so loathing of the Nepenthes, to be entirely at the mercy of the two of you. Yeah, that is.
One's is a prosecutor, and one's a lawyer who's defending you.
And the defense lawyer, you've actually went up again. It's like 6 times already.
Yes, and the prosecutor is the son of the person that killed your brother.
And that had to make it so much worse, by the way. I suppose it's retribution for having played the part of the Reaper all these years.
Played the part.
Well,
Oh, okay.
let's ask him. The Reaper's identity.
You once told me that you gladly allowed people to believe you were the Reaper because it helped reduce the amount of serious crime that took place in London. I mean, I guess because like if you knew that if you were in court again with the Reaper, then you're just like, oh no, this is not gonna end well.
And then on top of that, it's like, do I really want to face against him? Do I really want to have my client be found innocent just for them to be killed anyways? Really? If I if keeping quiet means playing the part benefits the cause, a cause I myself am committed to pursuing, then why do I choose to say anything?
But the henchman of a criminal killed by the Reaper attacked you only the other day. That was just the most recent of many attempts to your life, wasn't it? Someone clearly profiting from your silence about all this. Someone is using you.
Believe me, ever since the Reaper first appeared, I've been doing my utmost to expose him, or rather, expose the organization. Ah, it's a whole organization? I mean, it would have to be, and I'm pretty sure not one person is doing all of this, because I'm pretty sure some of the deaths that happened would probably be impossible by one person alone. That's my theory, at least. It's inconceivable that all those accidents were orchestrated by one man. No, the Reaper always appeared to have a very acute information about the accused in each case, which can only mean that somebody at Scotland Yard is involved. Someone at... You can't mean... It's taken me many years, but I identified the central figure in this Reaper organization. Which means that he suspects Grayson. I mean, that's to be expected. Tobias Grayson. No! No!
The Reaper?
And why do you think that?
The reason you're investigating Frederick Gregson is because you intended to expose him as a Reaper?
As I said, the Reaper of the Bailey is no single person. It's a highly secret organization with close ties to Scotland Yard. But there's no doubt that Grayson was a key member of the organization. I don't believe it. Are you saying that that he was behind all those awful criminals mean they're... Grayson didn't do the dirty work himself. Oh! He was the tactician. His job was to covertly investigate the Mark and plot their assassinations. I mean, I can't put it past anything. Because, I mean, look at Dual Destinies with the guy who wore many faces.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he was the detective for that whole game. So, but I don't want to believe that Grayson was like that. In order to do that without arousing suspicion, he regularly needed a firm alibi.
This is where Mr. Vigil came in, posing as the inspector.
Vigil knows nothing of the Reaper, but the room he rented on Fresno Street was almost certainly the headquarters of the operation. Grayson would have met the assassin there for briefings.
We don't actually know who carried out the killings then.
Actually, I do have a name.
You what?
Well, if you have a name then, you have the true identity of the Reaper already then. Or if I can name the woman. Oh. She's a young woman by the name of Asa Shin.
Wait, what? Shin?
Are you saying...
Asa Shin. The
Wow.
true name of a terrifying killer I know only too well.
Oh, God. It's coming full circle again.
I mean, this is the last case of the game, and it's tying everything.
Right.
He came to Japan posing as a visiting student and murdered Dr. John H. Wilson. Then, it's when it seemed that diplomatic protection would help her escape Japan conviction. Bam!
She died.
The Jewish woman was herself murdered in a small summer beach hut. And that woman is actually the Reaper of the Bailey?
But how can that be? Because she wasn't there when McGruffin, McGilded. When McGilded was torched in that omnibus. Miss Naruhodo, this perhaps isn't the place to discuss.
No, of course not. You can't mention it here. The fact that she killed Dr. John H. Wilson, because Iris doesn't know, it's very likely that the man was her father.
Asa Shin. I should let father know at once.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, but we got something else to talk to Von Zieg's about. Prosecutor Asoge. Kazuma, wasn't it? Kazuma Asogi. You say he's a friend of yours.
That's right. See, the whole reason I got to come to Britain was all on his merits, because I was a stowaway.
Yep.
I have nothing but respect for him.
Yes, I understand that only the very best students are selected for such opportunities. And I had a fine documentation of how sharp he is in the proceedings earlier today. He missed nothing, even having amnesia. In fact, his flawless performance very much reminds me of his father.
And that's how, Professor.
It's true that the atrocities at the time was the root of numerous grave societal problems. But where abusing their power, playing with the common man as pawns in politics, in economic, in war. In many ways, Asogi was carving out a caretaker from society that we British couldn't deal with ourselves.
I see.
But that's precisely why it makes no sense. Clint von Zieks was a noble and upstanding man. He wasn't corrupt. Why did that damn Nepotes have to go and take my brother's life? Psychotic bastard. Psychopath probably. Take your pick. In spite of having once saved money. What? Okay. I had no idea that.
Your life? How did that happen?
Saving your life. It was 10 years ago on a foggy night. What was to be the professor's final strike had sent a wave of panic through the capital.
So Clint von Zeke had already been killed at this point then.
Genshin and I was walking down some back streets at the late hour. Of course, at that point, I had no idea the true nature of the man at my side. All of a sudden, I say you go and take
Okay.
this guy. I think this might be
Don't make a
Asogi's
peep.
father.
Go make a peep. You're coming with us.
Oh, that was just a random person. Okay. Wow, he does look like Asogi. I know he's his father, but still. We were surrounded. All of our assailants were armed with pistols, their faces obscured by scars. Clint was not only from a noble heritage, but a brilliant prosecutor as well. Oh wait, no, that was Clint and... Okay, never mind. The scum of London hated the sight of him, and they had no sympathy for his younger brother either. I've been targeted several times before already.
Von Zeke, alright. We got him.
I could hear them mumbling amongst themselves. I knew they were after me. But just when I thought my time has come, if I let them kill you,
Not, of course not at the Sogi.
Yeah, if I let them kill you, Clint would never forgive me. It was Asogi's voice, just a whisper in my ear. After that, I don't remember exactly what happened. The next thing I knew, there was a silence all around. Genshin laid on the cobbled street, blood seeping from his left hand. He shielded me. Two days later, they arrested him, on suspicion of being London's most notorious mass murderer ever, the Professor. How awful for you! All at once, I lost my brother I revered, and the foreigner friend I held in such high regard.
Sorry, we're Von Beach.
Man, that's terrible. Oof. That's the end of my miserable tale. I had never thought I recounted to anyone.